What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself, and for the first time, this is the return of Fire Emblem Three Houses. This song is called The Edge of Dawn. In parentheses, it says Seasons of Warfare. It's requested by J2O Juiced and Michelle. Thank you very much. So, before I get started, I am in the midst of making my 5th episode of VGM Vibes, which is going to be fire themed. So all these songs that I'm going to be doing are featuring, flame, fire, burning themes in video game music, and my patrons basically voted and suggested for some, and this was one of the top voted ones, so it's going to be here and it's going to be in that video. So first I must hear it for the first time. Kind of fitting with this title of Fire Emblem. It's been a while since I've done Fire Emblem. And let's just get into it. I don't know what this is. The Edge of Dawn. Sounds like right before morning time. Am I forgetting anything? I think it's it. Yeah, so thanks for the voting. And here we go. Don't know who the composer is for Fire Emblem. I know pretty much nothing of Fire Emblem. Let's go.
Reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. Oh, I wish I could stay here and cherish calls in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays.
What?
Faint lights pass through colored glass in this beloved place.
I'm so confused right now.
Silver shines, the world dines, a smile on each face. As joy surrounds, comfort abounds, and I can feel them breaking free. For just this moment lost in time, I am finally me. Yet still I hide behind this mask that I have become. My blackened heart, scorched by flames of force I can't run
Flame theme lyrics? I was wondering where the connection was.
I look to you like a red rose, seeking the sun, no matter where it goes.
Oh, that's catchy.
I long to stay where the light dwells, to guard against the cold that I know so well.
Fire Emblem? This is Fire Emblem? This sounds nothing like Fire Emblem that I've heard.
As the rain falls on the path, I chase your shadow. I don't feel a single drop or the ground below. Then you turn to me and I stop before I know.
What is...
And the lie upon my lips,
Sounds like Persona.
let it go. Cross my heart, making vows I know will be betrayed.
I'm so shocked by
The
this.
sad girls, please live on me for a breath and then they fade. My dearest wish is that you'll know these tender thoughts that only seem to grow. They are as snow melting away, yet seeking your warmth, if only for a day.
That's a good chorus, man. Following the vocal melody.
The blue moonlight cuts across our sight as pure and clear as a ringing bell, reaching for us in the night. As the wind calms my thoughts, I hold strong on this terrace. I feel at peace, carried away by yesterday. Memories that made those days sublime. These ruined halls and tombs stolen.
And the band comes in.
Reach for my hand. I'm so away
On the offbeat.
into the dawn. Oh, I wish I could stay here and cherish calls in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays.
There's nothing more I like than being completely blindsided. What? First initial thought was, with all these videos that are gonna be in that episode, obviously I cannot help, but I usually 99.9% of the time I try to go into a video with open mind, clean slate, just no opinions on it. Maybe the title of the song will influence me a little, you know, if it's called like, I don't know, Burning Trees, I'm gonna imagine that, you know what I mean? But I know all these songs in this batch are going to be all fire related. That is why they were chosen. So I can't help but think of a kind of when am I going to catch the connection? What is the fire theme here? Is it maybe a fire character? Is it a stage? In this case, I think it was the lyrical content. I typically don't pay attention to lyrics because I can't catch them all right away. I'd have to like read along with them since I'm not reading them. I heard just a couple things here and there that suggest fire in the lyrics. And I'm guessing that's what the theme is. And if I had to take another guess, which I can only guess here, is that's it. Maybe it has nothing to do with fire whatsoever. Like there's no scenery of any kind. There's no burning. It's just the lyrical content. Also, the elephant in the room is I've never heard Fire Emblem sound like that. Ever. I am so used to a certain sound of Fire Emblem that is very castle sounding, very triumphant, big, epic, horn sections, that kind of thing. Really just epic, big music. I don't know how else to put it. This was... First of all, I wasn't expecting any sort of vocals in any of these songs that I'm getting, but I guess it's not totally impossible. But I especially was expecting from Fire Emblem, and now I have to think: have I heard vocals in Fire Emblem? I don't remember. I don't think so. Again, I have a certain sound in my head. I had a sound that I was kind of expecting, and then I had the influence of the fire thing. So I had a little bit of some what I thought direction going into this, and that quickly got blown away. But of course, it was like completely electronic, 100%, except for maybe the string section. But I've never heard Fire Emblem do that, and now I'm wondering, maybe that's common, maybe it's completely unique, or the big thought in my head that can't seem to go anywhere, so I'm just gonna say it, is credits. I could see that being credits. Credits, I feel like if it's not, don't listen, but. Don't mind me, but credits definitely in video games have a little bit of a wiggle room, you know, like they can kind of do something different. They can go another direction than the whole song. Think, for example, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. If you know, then you know. That song soundtrack is like, yeah, sick, and then the ending is like Disney ballad or something. You know what I mean? It's just like, like where did that come from? So I could see that potentially being a credit song. It also ended kind of like a credit song would, you know, just kind of. But truthfully, I have no idea. I have no clue. The Edge of Dawn. I mean, it's obviously kind of a metaphorical thing, unless it's being literal, like the Edge of Dawn. But I'm so confused by everything that just happened that it's like it took me a second to gather my whatever thoughts I have left. I just really was expecting that sound from Fire Emblem. As soon as I saw Fire Emblem, this got a lot of votes too, by the way, a lot. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, cool, because I was going to originally put Fire Emblem in my last video, which was castle themed, because I can think of a lot of songs, or well, not sorry, let me rephrase that. I can think of one of the first names that I thought of for that episode was Fire Emblem. I ultimately didn't pick one because I picked other ones. But you know, again, that's how much I associated with that sound. So when I saw it when it won some votes for the Fire episode, I was like, huh, okay, maybe it's gonna sound really evil and like huge sounding. Maybe like some, I don't know, FromSoft or Final Fantasy 15 or something just big like that, you know, Shadow of the Colossus. No, very catchy. Don't know who the singer was. Don't know if I've heard it before. Also, it was mixed a little odd. Like the vocals were very loud compared to the rest of the song, which is fine. But like the drums were like, let's say like her voice was like a 10 in volume. The drums were like a 6 or 7. So they really wanted to push that like catchiness, I guess. I just was not expecting that. So now it makes me think, is there a lot of variety in Fire Emblem? Is 3 houses the exception? Because think of it this way. Obviously, I'm reacting to stuff for the first time. I obviously have not played these games, and there's like a new element to it. But also, think of this too. I've been hearing this game more or less for the past year or two in little tiny amounts. So I kind of thought I had an idea of it. So to still be like shifted in a completely different direction, that's where I'm coming from, you know? Like, oh yeah, this is what it's gonna sound like coming in. Negative. I can't even begin to, I have no idea. Let me know. And I actually condone you to totally spill the beans on what's going on here, because in those episodes I really elaborate on the song, and it was supposed to originally be just like the songs that I know. But since so much community feedback, then I'm putting a lot of songs that you guys voted on. So I've never played this. So if you want me to talk about it in depth, you need to kind of tell me what's going on, like full on here. So maybe spoiler tag it for everybody else. But please elaborate what's going on here for my sake. Cool. The Edge of Dawn, Seasons of Warfare from Fire Emblem 3 Houses caught me completely off guard. Thank you to J Juiced and Michelle. Thank you to all my patrons for voting and just for supporting me. I cannot be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Have a good night.